Welcome back to Terror Takeover, your one-stop shop for all things creepy, disgusting, and horrifying. I'm your host, Crow.
And I'm your host, Char.
And I'm Zoe.
And we are back to just talk about other things horror. So we just tried to do this intro, and this is the second time that I screwed something up. So we had to record it again. So
We just had to
sorry
get the
about
giggles
that.
out.
Yeah, we're just making
Yep.
it work. Me and Char have never recorded from the same room before, or me and anyone else for that matter. So there was a few hiccups along the way.
There'll be more.
There will be more probably. Also, for those of you who don't know, who listen on Spotify, we started filming ourselves, and so that's what we're talking about here. So yeah, we're on camera and on voice as well. So feel free to watch the video on YouTube or on Spotify as well. Charlotte was saying earlier, some people don't realize that there is video available on Spotify, which is really cool and different. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. I feel like it's a lot funner to watch us talk than to just listen, but it is what it is. We all have our preferences. So, how are you doing, Zoe?
I'm doing great.
That's
I'm very
good.
confident with that. I'm like,
Oh, it's so good.
yeah,
You look
Christmas is around
great.
the corner.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You guys
Period.
always look great.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
thank you. I was telling you in the
Um,
last recording, but I had to say it again because we just had to restart this. I love your background. I think it's so cute and
thank
Very
you.
festive.
cute.
Ours just looks so boring. I have this
Yeah.
just divider just in case my husband walks in with like no clothes on or something. So we're just
Oh my
kind of
God.
like hoping for the best. But
I think
anyway,
Christmas is just around the corner. So
yeah.
it's a little anxiety feeling because I can't believe it's already here, but
Yeah, Christmas is always like just like weird. I feel like it's
yeah,
always just like
very
got like
weird.
a weird vibe attached to it. So, but I will say I've been feeling like actually pretty extra festive this year, and I think I
Mhm.
said that in the last episode. Like I don't normally like ever like Christmas or want to really celebrate it. So it's definitely different. Like I've definitely been putting some effort in and watching a lot of like Christmas horror and just different things like that, and I feel like it's been helping for sure.
Oh,
We
yeah.
also
What
have,
about
for those who don't know, which of course you all don't know because I don't know why you would know this, but we have a photo shoot planned tomorrow that I'm excited about, a holiday themed one. So definitely, guys, be on the lookout for that because we'll
oh
probably be
yeah.
posting some of them this weekend, but definitely on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day itself. So I'm excited about those. Any updates for this week? Have you guys done anything interesting this week?
Well, I mean, this week kind of just started for me. I mean, it's only
Oh, that's true. Well, I
Tuesday.
guess like since the last time we recorded, really.
Yeah, I feel you. I've just been working on getting all my gifts together. I have a secret Santa
Yeah.
with my team next week. We're going to open everything. I'm super pumped. We've all kind of been like letting each other know who each other's Santas are and gifts are trickling in. Somebody got a tortilla blanket. Love those.
Oh, those are so
Oh,
cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dog is already trying to eat the blanket. Very cute.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I showed you yesterday, but I got the cutest wrapping paper. I obviously like worked for a weed company, so I got a bunch of cute little stoner like wrapping
They are
papers.
really cute.
Um, and I just got a bunch of like really on point gifts. I'm also not a Christmas person, but I am a gift giving person, so this is
Yeah.
just
oh
like all
yeah.
coming together for me.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of
Mhm.
feeling doing a very non-traditional and kind of weird Christmas this year, like obviously watching some Christmas horror shows and doing this episode of the pod, and then just like I don't know, finding ways to like Christmas that aren't like the very traditional green and red and family and blah blah
Yeah.
blah and horrible music and all that.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Like I'm not like a Christmas cheer kind of person. I'm more of
yeah.
like a Christmas beer kind of person. So I'm
Yeah,
like
let's
not
get into
really, yeah, I'm
it.
not really trying to be
Fuel,
like,
please.
the power of
I'm the only
family and
fruitcake
all that shit.
here.
It's really just not for me. Yeah,
Oh yeah. You see, I used to not be
definitely.
like that kind of person. Like I hated Christmas music. Like when they would play Christmas music like a few months before Christmas has even like gotten
Uh,
around the corner.
Man.
But now I'm all
Yeah,
about
mm-hmm.
it. Like I'll be chilling at the computer. Like I was working on an episode one
really.
day and I had like that shit blare the Christmas music just blaring and Thorne was like,
Yeah.
"Baby,"
Okay,
he was
okay.
like, "Baby, I love you, but can you put headphones on or turn it
He said
down?"
this is a little
Can I
too
never hear
much. A
this
little too
again,
much.
please?
He said either the music needs to be turned down or you need to be turned down, little lady.
Something.
But yeah, Christmas is definitely
Uh,
well, I'm like particular about certain like I don't know. Like
Sorry,
I
what?
like old Christmas music, like the old
Oh
shit. Like
Oh
what's
yeah.
that
yeah.
one like Jingle Bell Rock and shit? Like I'll fuck with that.
Oh
That's
no.
okay.
Oh yeah.
I like what's her
Stop.
name?
No, I'm kidding.
Brenda something, Miss Brenda girl. I don't like I
I
hate
don't
to say
know.
it, but I do not I can't with the Mariah Carey song. Like
Oh no, no,
Oh
no,
no
no,
no no
I'm
no
gonna
we're
no
not
no no
talking
no
lose
no
about
no
my
that.
no.
goddamn
You're in a
mind.
safe space. We
Oh
don't
no
we
no
don't
no
like that
no no.
song.
It's too much.
Honestly, I personally really like the hymnals. Like I don't know why,
Like
but
which what's the
oh, I'm trying to think. Like
Mary,
that one like
did you
Gloria.
know?
Girl, I used to sing song in concerts every day. And then there's another one too that was like I have to like look up all the like Christian Christmas songs. I like those because they're just so like pretty and so old. And then I
yeah.
love that Allie and AJ song, Greatest Time of Year. Don't play with me.
They
I'll
have
beat it
a
down.
Christmas song. We were just talking about
Yes,
them.
it's the greatest time of year.
Oh my
I'm not gonna sing the whole
gosh.
thing because we're on
Oh.
camera and that was super
Wait.
embarrassing. But
I think I might know what you're
it's
talking about
here.
actually.
Come
Yes.
and celebrate it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Come on. That little pop took me everywhere. What a song. Only good
Yeah.
Christmas song. Hands down.
I
We
used
love
to
you
like that,
guys.
like, oh my gosh, we're talking about so much Christmas songs right now, but that
I
John Lennon
know.
one I used to think was kind of like sick too. So this
Ooh, I
is
don't know that one.
Christmas.
Wait. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that one's
yeah.
sick.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, look, we like a little ones. We just don't want to hear like
I
the
know. For
holly
people that hate
jolly
Christmas music, we're like, oh, my
Christmas.
favorite's this one, this one, this one, this one. What's your favorite, Zoe?
Rocking around the
Yeah,
Christmas tree.
it's a good one.
I'm sorry, I fuck
Holiday.
with that one hard.
Hell yeah,
It's not
let's
too bad. It's not too bad.
go.
I like that one.
I like the vibes. It's like, yeah, it's like a little
Yeah.
sexy Christmas. Oh my gosh, I'm like totally ranting. Let me go ahead and
Oh
move on
my
to the
gosh.
horror news of the week.
Yes.
We just had a few things today. It wasn't too much, just because we want to make sure we have time to talk about our other things. But I thought this was cool because I was talking about Godzilla minus one last week, how me and my husband just saw it recently, and I thought it was so good. I feel like they paid homage to the old ones really well. But it will be re-released in Japan in January in black and white to pay homage to the old films,
Ooh.
which I think is really cool. And I would love to like I feel like it'd be cool to like watch it again. I'd be interested to know if they're
Mhm.
going to add any like film grain to try to make it look like more
Ooh.
retro, or if they're just doing it in black and white. I feel like they're gonna do a little bit more than just black and white because of like they played all the old music and it was like it wasn't like it didn't even sound like they like redid the music. It was like sounded like the old song. Like it had that old lo-fi kind of sound to it as
Mm.
well. I thought that
Nice.
was really, really cool while I was watching it. Another thing to follow up, something that we mentioned in a previous episode. I think we mentioned it, but I'm not sure if it made the cut. But anyway, the new Strangers trilogy does now have an official release date. They kind of talked about like a window in which it was going to be released in the past, but now
Mhm.
officially we know that the first chapter will be released on May 17th of next year. So I'm definitely going to
Ooh.
keep an eye out for that because me and
Yeah.
Zoe love that series. Sure, I don't know if you'd ever
Yeah.
Oh
seen
yeah.
it. Okay, so we all love this
Yes,
series. It's
yes. I
really,
love the
really
first
good.
one. So scary, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. Because now I am open to the idea of remakes. I am no longer stuck up and in my feels about
Hmm.
it. So
Okay,
I
okay.
Also, everybody knows that I love the new Wednesday series because I mention it all the
oh my
time.
gosh. You were
But
obsessed with
I
that.
love it. It's so good.
You
It's
were
so
obsessed.
cute. Yes, I love it. I love it. And I love Jenna Ortega. Everybody knows I love
Mhm.
Jenna Ortega. But there are talks of a Netflix spinoff into the life of Uncle Fester, which I think is really cute because I
Ooh.
love what they did with him in the Wednesday series. I feel like
Mhm.
I mean, we all love Uncle Fester from the old movies as well, and but I feel like they just made him seem a little bit more unhinged and just I don't know. I think they tapped into it perfectly. I think that they just did a really, really good job with it.
Mhm.
So I'd be interested in seeing that spinoff, um, even though Jenna Ortega may or may not be in it.
Okay, you guys, let's get the jingle bells rocking and get the jingle hell
Let's
slaying.
go.
So this week we're not
Okay.
gonna have like a specific thing. It's just a whole Christmas extravaganza. So Zoe's gonna be talking about some Christmas folklore. Crow's gonna be talking about some Christmas ghost stories, and I'll go ahead and finish this up with a Christmas show that I really love and a couple of weird traditions around the world for Christmas.
I
So
Oh
love
let's
yeah.
get
that. A
into
Christmas
it.
ball,
Yes, a
if you will.
ball, you know.
Heck yeah.
um, Okay, cool. So for my bit, I'm going to be talking about Happy. This show is kind of a
Ooh.
sleeper. Not too many people know about it. I actually didn't know at the time that it's based around a comic series.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah, so
that.
there's like four of them. Which Happy is this little cute unicorn that's haunting our main character, Nick Sachs, who is played by Christopher Maloney, who I don't know if everybody knows, but he's one of the main characters of Law and Order SVU, which was a very iconic show for
Oh.
me. Yeah.
He was also in True Blood. I told Charlotte that earlier. He had a brief appearance in it, but I loved his character.
Yes. He's a great actor. He plays a lot of good guys all around. Although, which is why this show is such a big departure for him, because he plays Nick Sachs, who is kind of your, I guess, semi-traditional in the comic world, but I guess you would call it anti-hero because
Yeah,
he is
totally.
like he's a gambler, he's a drinker. I mean, and within the first few seconds of the show, you hear Jingle Bells playing, and then this guy coughing up blood in a very sketchy bathroom. So it's not really
Ugh.
giving like a love story or anything yet, but
No.
it is a nice story. Bear with me, you guys. So in this show, Nick is your cop guy. He's being haunted by Happy, this little imaginary friend unicorn who tells him that there's a little girl, Haley, who's in trouble, and he's the only one that can save Haley. And so the entire show is him kind of going through a bunch of different hijinks. And I'm not going to lie to you, this is not a family show. Pretty much every episode, people are getting killed as soon as you see them on screen. The bad guys are people like Smoothie, a guy who is, you don't ever want to meet him. He's very disturbing, very slimy, very creepy.
Ugh.
Also, the mafia's in it. We have bald guys named Blue who are threatening people. Every cop is paid off. But yeah, it's just very gory, very outrageous show. But the whole idea is I was kind of taking Christmas and outsizing the whole thing. So yes, it's about family and coming together. Although the family is, a guy who cheats on his wife, a cop who is like kind of wild, and a little girl who needs to be saved. Also, pretty much every kill scene in the show is set to amazing Christmas music. So, if you like Christmas songs and you wanted to add a little bloody mix to it, please check out the show and see what happens.
Yeah, she's been
um,
watching it. She's at my place for
yes,
Christmas, and she's been like watching it, and I've kind of just
yeah,
been like watching on the
big fan.
sidelines, and I'm like, it's like it's. I hate to admit it, but it's like totally the kind of show that I would watch.
I'm telling you,
Oh
Because
yeah.
it's very much it's very
listen,
sleazy, like it's super sleazy, but I'm
yeah.
sleazy, so anyway. And then every time there's like a Christmas song playing, I'll like kind of peek out because I'm like, because I know
Yes,
some
something
shit
bad
is
is
going
happening.
down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys an example, I don't want to spoil the whole thing or anything
Mm.
like that. But so, for example, there's a scene where the main character's in a hospital, making his way out, coming to terms with what's happening. I mean, I get it. You see a blue unicorn and you're in the hospital, you're assuming, oh, the drugs are really kicking in.
Yeah.
But and then, of course, he's also about to be murdered. So it's just a bloodbath. I mean, he's like hitting people over the head with fire, what they call fire extinguishers, and like knocking people out of the window, and it's just blood smeared on the walls. It's
Sheesh.
absolutely hilarious. And the
Yeah.
whole time it's like playing the jingle bells. So you're just hearing like doo 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 while
Yeah.
people are getting dinged all over the place. So
Yeah.
very funny.
Oh.
And there's just lots of like little Christmas jokes throughout. Like again, I don't want to spoil too much. You guys should definitely watch it. But there's like a larger plot, obviously, with the little girl in danger. And unfortunately, the big gift this year is kids. So
The what?
like the big gift that has to be delivered and under the tree is the children, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, oh
Oh.
yeah. Also, fun fact: the bad guy in this show, the big main bad guy, is Santa. I
Yeah.
forgot to say
It
that
one
actually.
a horrible
Of course.
version
A
of
disgusting,
Santa, yeah.
vile, horrible Santa covered in um, lights and strings and like all the
Oh, he would have been
decorations, like
so
a
good for
tree.
last week too.
Yeah, I
Oh
guess I know. I
yes.
don't know why I forgot it. I guess he was like the
Oh.
inspiration to me of Sinister Santa. It was definitely
Maybe
Zoe's
so.
idea, but
So when did this show come out? Is it like it's kind of older, right? Or like a few months at least?
oh yeah, it's like a few years old. Not like super
Oh,
old.
really?
It was like
Mm.
2020, I want to say. It was
Okay.
like COVID era,
Oh.
kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was only 2 seasons. I mean, it's a very raunchy show, and I expect it to go on for ages. But yeah, it's relatively modern. It just like I said, it didn't really like blow up. People weren't like, oh my god, this
Yeah.
show. But it was honestly, it's really good. It's really funny. It's worth checking out. I don't recommend a show unless I know it's worth watching. So but yeah, it's
Right.
just different to kind of like I said, I'm not really into the whole like, wow, it's really the magic of Christmas moments. This show has a nice happy ending, but it's still a good time for the grown
Yeah.
folks.
For the
For the
grown
scary
folks,
folks.
period.
Yeah. So hopefully I didn't make you too terrified to check it out. But if not, I mean if I did, sorry. Just gonna switch gears here really quick and get into some weird Christmas traditions around the world. Now, personally, I didn't find these to be too scary or anything. I think they're just different takes on Christmas all over the place, but I'll let you guys decide. So, just getting into the top 8 here, we have starting with Iceland. They have the Yule lads, which unfortunately you guys can't see the photo. Maybe we'll post it on the Terra Takeover page, so make sure you follow us. But they love making like these 13 mischievous trolls that roam around the country before Christmas, and they kind of like have their own personalities and they have their own little schemes they get into, visiting children and leaving them shoes. So I
Oh,
guess
that's
if
nice.
I think it's
Hey, I need
nice.
me some nice
Yeah.
Nikes.
Hey,
Look,
pull up
you
to
come drop
my
off some.
corner, huh?
Get the little Balencies. Yeah, Elf on the Shelf has nothing on these guys.
Yeah, terrible.
This next one cracked me up. In Catalonia, they have a really big thing around poop in Christmas, I guess. Just put it out there. We
Word.
love a
These are my
little,
Like
people.
yeah, no, a little poop
people
moment out
matter?
here. Sorry, so they are very big into excrement around the Christmas holidays. So they have a Kaganer. I don't know how to pronounce it, unfortunately. Maybe I should look that up before the
Oh, you're
episode. But it translates to the pooper, which is a figure that is on a
literally
cable that
me.
just snuck into the nativity next to
Wait.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And it's just like a
Oh
big
my
poop log.
God.
And then the other one is the Kagatio, the poop log, which is like a small stick figure with like a grin on its face that lives on the dinner table in December. It's kept warm and fed all throughout the holiday with nuts and sweets, and then it
Okay.
gets beaten with a stick on Christmas Eve to poop out the presents. So, it's a little poopy
These are
pinata.
literally my
Oh
So
people. Where is
my
this?
this
gosh.
is in Catalonia,
Oh my
which,
god, that's
yeah,
amazing.
we need to travel there immediately. Next in Wales, I've definitely seen this beautiful creature before, but which I'll show it to you as well. This is the Mary Lude.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yes.
was on a link that we shared in the Discord. That
Yes,
was really
yes.
cool.
So this is an ancient spirit from the Welsh culture. They like to celebrate parading around with an undead horse, essentially. They just have this horse skull attached to a giant pole, and they just walk around knocking on people's doors for Christmas, and they scare the shit out of them. It's basically like a Halloween version of Christmas, which I'm down for. I vibe with that all the
Yeah,
way. But
nice.
Mhm.
yeah, that's how they celebrate. I'm a big fan. Then next one in Japan, again, this is one that I really don't think is weird at all, but they are all about KFC for Christmas. They're not really, I mean, yeah, they're into Santa,
Chick-
but they want to eat some fried
yeah,
chicken. Yes,
she said
girl. Fried chicken,
chicken.
girl. Yes, that is their Christmas vibe. They pull out the Coke and they just eat buckets of fried chicken.
I love
So,
it. Oh my
yeah, which
god,
I
Oh,
think very
hell
cool.
I'm
yeah.
down with that. We could
Yeah.
do that.
Literally, like, let's get some Popeyes and let's
I'm
have
good
a
on the
vibe.
KFC. Okay, actually,
Yeah, yeah. This is not a
unrelated,
KFC house, unfortunately.
unrelated, I will say, according to my husband who is from Malaysia, KFC in Asia hits way different. And they say KFC is like
Really?
the spot to go for fried
Uh,
chicken in Asia.
Okay.
I know it's kind of crazy
ooh.
because over here, well, I guess it also depends by the state, but I really feel like it doesn't. Like, I feel like KFC in
No, I
America
don't.
is like
I
unanimously like
mean,
terrible. Popeyes is the
Right.
place to go. Popeyes. And if you have Churches is good too,
Oh,
which, fun
yeah.
fact, in Malaysia, Churches is called Texas chicken.
that's cute. Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Texas
interesting.
chicken. Yep.
Is it based out of Texas?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay.
I think it's
Oh,
just that it's like, oh, cool Western thing,
that's what
you
they
know?
associate it with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I respect it. That's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
basically.
I won't get into this. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just gonna continue the rest of the list. But I
Huh?
will say, churches. Not too sure about that one there, Bestie. You might have lost me
You
on
don't like
that
church?
one.
We had a really good
I don't
churches
know.
in my hometown, but I guess that's
Really?
really the only good churches I've ever gone to. And honestly, it was dusty, but they did have good chicken.
Man, I like the biscuits. The chicken is just man. I haven't had it
Yeah,
recently,
that's
but
what it
maybe it's just me.
was. The
The
biscuits
biscuits
were really
hit.
good.
They hit for sure.
Mhm.
Dude, I don't know. We had a churches in Alexandria, and that was like everyone's go-to spot was the
Really?
churches.
Yeah, some of the
And
churches are
I'm
like,
Maybe
telling
I'm
you, it
sleeping.
was so good. It was oily, it was crunchy,
That's
like
what
it
stresses
was
me
just
out. It's too damn oily. See, no, no, no. Y'all lost me. Y'all some greasy.
I like greasy ass chicken. Well, I don't eat chicken
yeah,
Yes.
anymore, but whenever I
I
did, I like a
know.
greasy ass chicken and a
Wow.
fucking buttery ass biscuit.
My
So,
little butter
yeah.
biscuits
I'm
over
trying to
here.
hurt myself. That's where I'm at. I'm really
Trying to
trying to
turn
hurt
you
myself.
loose. Well, we'll get some fried chicken later. But first, I gotta get through this list, okay?
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna get into this one too much because Zoe's gonna get into it a lot more. But based out of Austria, we have Krampus. In case you don't already know, essentially, Krampus is like scary Santa that comes and terrifies a bunch of kids, and he's like
Mm.
hairy and horny and very, very bad.
Oh, I was
So
like, horny. But you
horny
meant
like
horns like
ears, not horny.
I was like, wait.
Hello. There are so many things I could say, but for the sake of my dignity, I will not. But no, no, no. But yeah, Krampus is obviously a big thing. So we'll take us there further. But for now, switching over to Italy, they celebrate La Befana, which is a wine drinking witch, which is very much
Ooh.
something I've heard of myself described as a few times.
I'm the
But
pooper, you're the wine drinking witch.
real talk. There you go. There we go. We have Krampus, the wine drinking witch, and we
Alrighty.
have our poop log. Yes, yes. But for real, according to the folklore, this woman would just she was invited to hang out with the three wise men for the birth of Christ, actually, but she
Oh,
missed it
because she was
because she
drunk?
was a little bit drunk. I mean, come
Okay.
on, understandable, queen, understandable.
Yeah.
However, she feels really guilty about it, so
Ooh.
now she spends every Christmas going around the country to look for it. Although,
Oh,
girl, you
that's
missed
like
Oh.
it.
really sad,
I
actually.
know. Oh
That is
Yeah.
man.
sad.
Well,
Oh.
but she also gives people presents and calls, so she's
Oh.
multitasking. You know, we get it
Okay.
all done and drunk as fuck
Oh.
as we do it. No
Okay. Oh, we should
problem.
celebrate her. I like that. The
Big
wine
vibes, big
drinking
vibes.
witch. My God.
Yes.
What a queen.
So cute. So in the Ukraine, they're on a crow vibe as well because they celebrate with spider webs. They tell their
Hmm.
children that a poor widow and her kids once cultivated a Christmas tree from a pine cone, but they couldn't afford decorations, and instead it was covered by cobwebs because the spiders felt bad for them.
Oh my
Oh,
Oh.
God.
and the
She was a
sunlight turned them to gold and
Scorpio for
silver.
sure.
Yes.
That is
What a
so
cute, cute, cute
cute.
vibe. Yes. So now the little spider ornaments are called oof, Pavchucky. Don't know my Ukrainian very well,
Oh
but
my
they're
God,
very
that's so
cute.
cute.
So if you ever want a little goth Christmas tree, get a Ukrainian one.
Oh my God, I
And
love that.
check out this ornament. It's like a spider
Oh, wow.
wrapped
It's
around a
beautiful.
branch. Very
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
Love.
That is so
So
cute. Spider tree. I love
I wish I could
it.
see it.
yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I
Oh.
should have sent this link. I'll send this link to you when you come on.
Yeah.
Last one for my little segment. This was supposed to be short and not long.
No, you're good. We're
Thank
perfect.
you. Well, so I'm in Texas and very close to Mexico, and over there they celebrate a radish carving for Christmas as well.
I've seen that. Yeah,
Really?
they look so creepy.
Ooh.
Yes, yes. The one I'm
Yeah.
looking at right now, I don't know. I think it's something between a spider and octopus and something else. There's lots of arms, lots of eyes, and lots of other things going on here.
Right.
But
It's almost like a radish like jack-o'-lantern, right?
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They go in, and it can be as big as you want. I mean, they have some that are full sculptures, and they have some that are just, you know, like a jack o' lantern, like you say. But
Yeah.
essentially, in the city of Waka, they will before Christmas mark up radishes and have carve up vegetables for competitions. They can get super creative, and they're
Oh.
grown especially for this event. And it's just nice. And only lasts a few hours. Obviously, radishes don't last forever, but
Yeah.
they're still pretty
Oh, I'm eating
beautiful.
that thing. I'm eating it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God,
I'm
Fair enough.
eating.
absolutely. Yes.
I love a radish.
Yeah. So these 8 traditions, I found these from a wonderful website that just talks about Christmas traditions all over. So be sure to check it out. And just in general, every country has their thing that they do for Christmas. Think it's weird or cool or scary, whatever it is, it's probably a good time. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and toss it over to you, Miss Crow.
Thank
Take
you.
us
Let
away.
me real quick pull up the story so that way I can read it for you guys. Okay, guys, so for my little Christmas celebration, I wanted to read a ghost story. I feel like we never do ghost stories, and I feel like we should do them more.
Absolutely.
But basically, the ghost story that I'm going to be covering is called, well, it goes by many different names from what I've found, but the main name it goes by is The Mistletoe Bride of Bramshall House from 1923, a fateful Christmas morning in which a young bride goes missing. So I'm going to go ahead and read that story to you guys right now. If I'm looking down,
Oh
it's
my
because I'm staring at my
God.
phone reading the story. And
Story
it's not super
time.
long. It's not like 30 minutes long like those stories we read the last time. So,
Yes.
alrighty. It's Christmas Day at Bramshall House. Snow is drifting slowly down from the sky, the last rays of sunlight exploding the air with reds and yellows. It is a moment that must be cherished immediately or it will be lost to time forever, but no one is outside to cherish it. A caravan of carriages lines the driveway. I love that alliteration. A caravan of carriages leading up to the entrance. The soft window lights cast shadows on wheels and vacant horses, all of who are warm and fed in the stables. If you stop and listen, you can hear the sounds of clinking glasses and laughter, followed by muffled roaring applause. While there is a celebration, it's not for Christmas. A wedding has just taken place, the wedding of Anne Cope. Sorry, my headphones. Around her, the smiling faces of friends and family gather to give their best wishes. The men shake the hand of the groom. The women converse with the bride under hushed whispers and promiscuous looks toward her newly betrothed. Like lightning, the groom swoops from underneath Anne. She finds herself lifted off the ground and into the arms of her husband. The room shakes in applause and cheers. Apologies, friends one and all, for my active thievery of this young fair maiden. The husband flashes to the crowd with a smile. Night is upon us, and I wish to spend it with my betrothed, which I feel like is crazy to say in front of a group of
Mhm.
people. He's like, hey guys, thanks for coming to my party, but I want to bang my wife now.
Gotta go. Shit. Understandable,
Yeah.
King.
Period. More applause and laughter echo throughout the manor. The husband begins his journey from the ballroom to the bedchambers, but Anne was not ready to end the festivities just yet. A moment, my love, she says. I propose a game of swords before the day meets its end. Then she directs to the guests. Very well, the husband says with enthusiasm, placing Anne on her feet. A game it shall be. It is a simple one, a game of wits. Allow me 5 minutes to find a place to conceal myself. Your task is to seek me. The spoils of victory go to the one who finds me. The guests were keen, yet no more so than the husband. Anne, too, was keen. She was showing her prowess, after all. 5 minutes to hide, a simple task in a home this grand, and I've seen pictures of it. It's like massive. It's like a real house. It's huge. You would have trouble finding the entrance, true. But where to hide where there was not an ounce of a chance to be found? Somewhere unexpected, somewhere unassuming, somewhere simple. Anne clambers up the grand stairs of the manor, gliding through corridors and rooms, climbing higher and higher until she finds herself in the attic. It would be sufficient enough to find a darkened corner to hide in and wait to be found. Anne doesn't see the fun in that, though. Anne wants to make this a challenge. She makes her way to a large wooden chest tucked away in the attic, unexpected, unassuming, and simple. No one would ever think to look in the attic or in this chest of all places. She opens the chest to find it empty. With excitement, she carefully lowers herself into the chest, careful to keep her bouquet of mistletoe intact. She fits inside perfectly. With some effort, she reaches for the lid, closing it on top of her with a heavy clunk. The clunk hides the sound of a hiss and a click. The minutes tick away, perhaps 10, perhaps 30, enough time to surely declare herself the victor. Eager to return to her guests and husband, Anne pushes her hand on the lid to open the chest, but it remains closed. Once more, with all her strength, she pushes the lid, yet it doesn't move an inch. She continues her crusade to open the chest, all the while shouting for her husband, for anyone at all. Panic begins to set in. She pounds her fists on the lid, her palms and knuckles begin to bruise and bleed. Her screams become desperate and primal as her throat opens and closes from the tears streaming down her face. Any scream she makes is muffled by the screams of her guests calling out to her, making sure that neither ever hears the other, which is awful. That's so tragic. The night slides into day, but there is still no appearance of the bride. Her husband has not slept. He had been searching throughout the night in an attempt to find his betrothed. Anne has not slept either. Her dress is stained with blood from broken skin and broken nails. Her voice little more than a hoarse whisper as her vocal cords tore hours ago. If she could see it all, she would be staring at jagged and bloody scratch marks. In a day or two, she will come to realize that this chest is her coffin. A day does pass, then a week, then a month, then a year, then a decade. Which is crazy because why are you anyway? Friends and family have long dismissed Anne's disappearance as her fleeing from a life with her husband. As for the husband, he never remarries and he never stops searching for her. He stays in that house, desperate to find a clue as to where his Anne went. It is 50 years now since that night. The husband has become gray and old. Lamplight casts a shadow of a bent and broken man. He finds himself in the attic. He is still searching, still hoping for a path that will lead him to his betrothed. That's when he spies the chest. Perhaps inside will provide a clue. With the strength of a much younger man, he lifts the lid of the chest. Instantaneously, the man's face contorts to fear and horror. His entire body shakes and shivers as his skin turns white and cold. Inside, to his silent and shocked horror, is the skeletal remains of a bride clutching a bundle of mistletoe. A blood-curdling wail echoes through Bramshill House. That's so sad.
Oh,
Okay,
that's so
Whoa.
yeah,
sad.
super
My
sad. It's the mistletoe. Like,
Whoa.
she was just like, oh, whoever finds me will get the kiss.
Oh, oh no, and they never
That's so
found
tragic.
her.
I know, and
Oh,
she never got her kiss, and
man.
she. Wait, what'd you say?
No.
But it's really sad. But anyway, I was thinking, like, why would you not check, like, for 50 years? Like, that chest has just been up there 50 years. But
Right.
anyway, I guess it's a massive house, so maybe the attic is also
Yeah.
massive. But
Yeah.
anyway, a lot of people try to claim that this is a true story. The truth behind it is kind of like, iffy, like it's not proven, but there are many people that have come forward to claim that they have the chest that she was locked in. Obviously, it's a lot of people that are
Whoa.
trying to like make money off of it and stuff
Oh my
like that, but
God.
Right.
I don't see why this couldn't happen. I mean, it's honestly not that like far-fetched to me. It
No.
would be a
Mhm.
really, really sad story if so. Like I said, there is a real Bramshill house. It's in Hampshire. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right. Bramshill, I don't know. It's in Hampshire, England. And they have a chest on display that they claim is the chest that Anne suffocated to death in, which is kind of cool. And I'd like to be able to see that.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
But I will also say that Bramshill House, or previous owners of Bramshill House, that is, have also claimed to see an apparition of a woman in a wedding dress. Which could be a cool concept. However, they also claim that there are like 13 other ghosts that they've also seen. So that kind of, I feel like, makes the claim like a little bit less believable. That it's like, oh yeah, there's also this ghost and this ghost
Yeah,
and this
there's
ghost.
always
But
somebody up in here.
right,
Ghost
and I'm
of the
sure
show.
that they stand to gain profit off of it. However,
Mhm.
you really never know, and I still would love to check it out. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That'd be really cool.
that's
What a wonderful
my
story.
bit. I love a Christmas story or a ghost story. I love a Christmas ghost story especially. So
Yeah.
just wanted to mention
Yeah.
that one.
That one
Maybe
was
we'll post
really
some
good.
pictures
I
of the
really
Bramshill
enjoyed that
house.
one.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that one. Like that's
Yeah.
some Bram Stoker shit. You know what I
Some
mean?
real life shit, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Spin
gothic
on
ass shit. Some Edgar Allan
Dude,
Poe
there's
type of
some
stuff.
Yes, that's why I enjoyed
Yes.
it so
Oh,
much.
that's real.
Absolutely.
Good
Absolutely.
job,
Love.
bro. High
Thank
five.
you. High five.
Okay, so the the folklore that I will be
Yeah.
discussing is absolutely one of my favorites, and I'm sure you guys can relate. Is the Krampus folklore. It is just
Yay.
absolutely entertaining. I've been obsessed with it since I was like a kid. Like I used to watch this YouTuber called It's Black Friday.
Yes, I
And
love her.
yes, I remember
Yeah.
she made these like little like Krampus cookies and they were just the cutest
That's
things in the
adorable.
entire
That's so
world.
cute.
Shout
I
Yeah.
out to
love
you,
that.
girl.
all
We
the
love
all the
you.
go- all the original goth YouTubers, like if you know, you know. We were talking the other day. I'm sorry to like derail you, but about Sebastian
Oh,
Columbine, and she
oh
was our
yes.
favorite.
Ooh.
Sebastian
Yes.
Columbine, It's Black Friday, Synthetic Doll was another one that I loved, and then there were like
Nice.
some other
Hmm.
ones. Ugh, love it. R.I.P.
Gosh.
original YouTube. But anyway,
Aw.
Well, let's get her done. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. I don't know why I'm nervous. Okay.
Aw, you don't
Um,
have to be.
so starting off, Krampus is from a small alpine village. Children eagerly await for the arrival of Saint Nicholas and his companion Krampus. So apparently Krampus
oh,
is like Santa's partner, you know,
I
like his
didn't
evil
know.
partner.
Ooh, yeah, I
I
You
didn't
can
know
know,
they
see
were
that.
yeah, that's
friends.
crazy.
Yeah, like a little yin and
Yeah.
yang moment.
The villagers believed on this special evening both reward and punishment would be dispensed.
Hmm.
As
Nice.
Saint Nicholas went about rewarding the well-behaved children with treats and gifts, Krampus roamed the streets with his chains jingling. His fearsome
Okay.
appearance struck fear into the hearts of mischievous children who had not heeded their parents' warnings throughout the year. So basically, the parents in that country, they basically just like scare the shit out of their children. They're just like, hey, if you guys are not good, okay? Krampus is coming. Y'all don't want Krampus to come.
Yeah.
That's hardcore parenting.
But
Krampus.
legend,
Sorry. Can you imagine me like, watch out for Krampus? I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, just go.
okay, legend has it that Krampus, with his long tongue, think
Oh,
about like Gene Simmons long, like,
oh.
you know what I'm saying? With his long tongue and sharp horns, would approach the
Uh-huh.
homes of naughty children. Chains rattling, he would swat his birch switch threateningly. Oh my God, he's like,
Not the switch.
no,
Yes,
not the
golly.
switch. The misbehaved youngsters, trembling with fear, would plead for forgiveness as Krampus decided their fate. Oh, I would be scared. I
This
would
is
be
dark.
terrified. Um,
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
but yeah, basically, Krampus is like fucking Satan, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the judge and jury.
Oh
Yeah.
my
He's like a
gosh.
monster,
Sorry,
essentially.
I'm trying
Well,
to.
he's not the judge. He's just the jury. Like he's like,
Yeah, that what
yeah. I guess
that's
Santa's the
I,
judge.
hmm,
he is from the 17th century tradition of the, oh my goodness, I am sorry, I'm probably gonna butcher this.
you're good.
Eichen, Eichenherbroch. I don't know. I'm
Yep,
sorry.
that's
Please,
it.
You're good.
someone
Let
who
us
knows
know.
German, please.
Yeah.
Send us a
Um,
video.
Yeah.
but it basically means Saint Nicholas in German. So this one, it's a little lengthy, but I'm gonna try to shorten it in the best way possible.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So on Reddit, on the No Sleep by Deleted, it's called My Real Encounter with
Couldn't
Krampus
have the
as a
story
young
associated with them
boy.
anymore.
Oh, I
Understandable.
see.
True story.
Okay. So it says, growing up, I have never heard anything evil when it came to Christmas. My parents always took me to see Santa every year, and I never got coal in my stockings. Good for you. Um, I believed in Santa up until about age 9. That seems like kind of a good
I think I was old
in
when I stopped believing in Santa. I was
really?
old, yeah.
Oh.
Well, okay, I'm gonna be like, so one time it was Christmas time, and for some reason, well, not for some reason, a lot of children are scared of Santa Claus, okay? Even though he
What?
did stuff for us, y'all.
Aw.
Um, but I was really scared of Santa Claus. So whenever it was Christmas Eve, my dad was like, "Look, Zoe, look, Santa, he's in the sky with the reindeer and stuff." And I was not having it. I was screaming, I was crying. I was
Say,
No.
like,
get
"I
that
don't
man
want
out of
to
the
see
sky.
Santa.
Flying
What
over.
he's
Go
doing up there.
away." And then my dad did like the ho 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 thing, and I was like, "Oh fuck no. Get
Oh
that
my
motherfucker
god.
out my house."
Yeah. Real.
Anyways, so he
Man.
believed in Santa up until age 9. So every year, I always acted super good in the months leading up to Christmas. You know, as a kid, you want to get as many presents as possible. I feel that. I still
Right.
remember the excitement I would get every year. That same year, my parents worked a lot of late nights, so they would always leave me with my older sister, who was 16 at the time. I never really got along with her until now, as we're adults that don't live with each other. My sister was especially mean that year, inviting her boyfriend over some nights. That's so
Oh
real.
no.
Um, I would threaten to tell my mom if she brought him over again, and my kid mind would make other ridiculous threats, such as the fact that I would tell Santa so he would go put coal in her stocking because she wasn't
Oh.
following the rules. One
Well,
day she had enough bickering and retaliated. She started out with, "You know what's even worse than getting coal in your stocking?" Of course, me being a
Being
curious
a
little boy, I
snitch.
pressed, yes, I pressed for information. "What's worse?" I would ask with a tough little attitude. Then she said it. "Krampus."
Dun
Ooh.
dun
I remember
dun.
I remember the nerve it struck in me when she said that name. Of course, I didn't know who or what Krampus was, but it just sounded bad. What's Krampus? I could still hear her evil grin ingrained in my memory when she told me that is some older sibling shit. Like,
Yes, very much so.
oh, she's being a little asshole now. She said, "You know Santa isn't real, right?"
Aw.
Oh, I always had a
Boing.
sneaking suspicion, but of course I asked, "What do you mean?" Don't pretend you don't know. Mom and Dad buy all your gifts, and the guy you go see at the mall you call Santa is just a man in a beard doing a job.
Oh, that's
Well,
so mean. Not doing a job.
dang.
I wasn't really surprised. This just confirmed my skepticism of Santa. But do you know what is real? She continued. Krampus, the evil spirit that comes out and takes little boys like you into the underworld.
Ooh. Is that
My
what Krampus really
impressionable,
does? I'm sorry, I'm just talking to myself.
I would like to think so.
Right.
Um, he comes and takes little boys that tattle. All you need to do is tattle 3 times during the Christmas season, and Krampus, the Christmas demon, comes and gets you. Her twisted little mind even brought up 2 other times I snitched on her for something stupid within the past week. This alone freaked me out because a week later I tattled on her for eating my Pop Tart off my plate. After I tattled, I thought about what she told me the week before. The true legend states that Krampus comes to punish children who misbehave, so my sister had twisted the story in her favor. Anyway, here's when things got weird. This was the same year I realized I was attracted to women. I was in my parents' room one night when they were gone.
We
I
both
was
went.
looking for batteries. I was looking for batteries for my RC car and went snooping through doors. Lo and behold, I found my dad's Playboy stash. I looked
Oh,
through that
Oh.
thing for a good half an hour before putting it back. This was a busy Christmas season. Oh, especially for your daddy.
yeah.
Um,
Come
Period.
sing.
this same year, I realized Santa was not real. Was the same year I discovered women. At that point, nothing happened with Krampus, so I had chalked up that story to my sister. But I think looking at that magazine was a big mistake, and to this day, the reason why I got a visit, it was the same night, if not mistaken, just 2 days away. I woke up in the middle of the night extremely thirsty. The house was pitch black except for an overhanging microwave light in the kitchen. I got my water, then headed back towards my room. It was at that moment when I heard a noise on the roof. I remember thinking if I was second guessing myself about Santa being real or not. I whispered to myself, Santa? I walked towards the window and saw what I thought was a deer outside the window. I thought maybe that noise came from the deck and not the roof. Maybe the deer had walked on the deck and jumped into the yard. But I took a closer look and realizing I may not be looking at a deer. It turned out revealing its really large body and glowing red eyes. The antlers were not antlers, but horns. I remember thinking that it looked like Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
I don't know if I
I
know the
was
difference
frozen.
between antlers and horns.
Oh, I mean,
They're different.
I'm
What do you
trying to.
mean?
What's the difference?
I mean, what?
Maybe
I just
horns
mean
are
like they
like.
look different.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
We'll
Never mind
Google it in a
me.
second.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I
um,
probably sounded like a dick,
No.
but
I was frozen
oh
in
no.
fear as I saw the creature start walking towards me. We locked gazes, then he smiled, his teeth razor sharp. Then he jumped straight up out of sight, like he jumped straight into the sky, into thin air. I immediately ran into my sister's room. I shook her awake in a state of fear, explained that I saw Krampus. It was then through the groggy tiredness that she admitted she made it all up. She got up and walked me back to my room. She flipped the light on and gave me a shocked look. I looked back at her. What? What the hell is this? She leaned towards my bed and picked up a magazine. It was the Playboy magazine. I was shocked. I did not know what to say. I mean, I was just baffled and I just managed to spew out, That's Dad's. Of course it's Dad, you freak, she replied. I tried to convince her that I didn't know how it got there, but she didn't believe a word I said. Just then she stopped me. If I catch you with this again, I'm going straight to Mom and Dad. I just looked down and agreed, okay. Luckily, my sister was cool with it. To this day, I have never figured out how that magazine got there or what the creature was that I saw outside. All I can say is that it's very possible I saw the real Krampus that night, and I was being warned for misbehaving. My sister and I have never spoken again about that night. I'm honestly too afraid to bring it up. Hopefully, I will never have another encounter with Krampus.
That's cute. I like that they didn't try to make it
Yeah.
like too, because
Right, right.
sometimes the no sleep stories are just too much. Like it's like a lot, you know? Yeah. And they're like some of them are like convincing, but
They are.
the comments are like my favorite part because they're always like the comments will play along with it and kind of be like, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, have you tried asking this about this?" I think it's really cool.
It's like an experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely like there's a community behind it for sure. It's like the whole SCP thing. Like there's a
right.
huge community backing it.
I don't know. I felt like since it was like kind of the holiday, like we're a horror podcast, but I kind of wanted to make it like not too scary for the
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
I
thought it
think
was
it's cute. I like
interesting.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cute story
Super
for sure.
cute. I like it too. I
Yeah.
love no sleep stories. Like you already know I'm
Mhm.
always trying to do them.
Yes.
That was a strange
Super cute.
sound.
What a fun episode, guys.
It
Tell
was
us how you feel
episode.
about Christmas because I feel like it's growing on us. Maybe it's just in my head, but I feel like it's growing on all of us. Now that we're
It's
kind of like
growing.
making it our own. Like it's not just like us adapting to something else. We're making Christmas ours. So, how have you
Hmm.
guys made Christmas yours lately? Do you guys watch a lot of Christmas horror? And please tell us if you've watched anything inspired by anything that we've been talking about for these past two Jingle Hell episodes. We love to hear whenever we've inspired you guys to look into a certain movie or a story or anything like that. So please let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, before we finish, I wanted to mention to you guys if you've noticed that we haven't been doing the trivia for the past few episodes, it's because we started recording in a slightly different way. I've been editing through Riverside, which is what we use to record our episodes, and I don't have quite as much freedom with the editor that they have. So it's just been hard for me to include it. However,
Mhm.
do not fret. We will be incorporating trivia back into the podcast probably as early as next episode. So definitely keep an ear out for that because I know you guys love that stuff. Other than that, our episode is coming to a close. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Oh, also, I just want to shout out congratulations to the winner of our giveaway. I don't want to like dox
Oh,
him and give his name out or anything, but you can see that on our Instagram. I'm going to be shipping that out tomorrow. So I'm really, really excited about that. I think it's super cute. And we definitely will be including more giveaways in the future. So definitely keep an eye out for that. It is very possible to win them. They're not rigged or anything like that. So we'd love for you guys to join in on things like that, different activities that we do. So follow us on Instagram if you don't already. Follow us on YouTube, everything. I think we're Terror Takeover on Instagram. But on everything else, I think
mhm.
it's Terror Takeover Pod because Terror Takeover was already taken, which is crazy.
Crazy.
Other than that, you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you, whatever you celebrate. And stay safe. Be careful on the roads because people are insane. Stay spooky. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.